All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Getting Jiggly. I'm Will, and today we're playing a little Call to Adventure. We're getting it played, Call to Adventure, Extra Life. Yeah, all week long we're playing Extra Life games for Extra Life charities, or really Children's Miracle Network charities as part of Extra Life. It's a thing. Just go with it. Extra Life is specifically the one that most gamers are involved in because they are like a gaming community for Children's Miracle Network. Children's Miracle Network, for those that are not aware, is a group that funds Children's Miracle Network hospitals, right? Which help the sick and injured kids for families who, normally would not be able to afford the medical treatment their kids would so dearly need. We've been playing all week because it is Tabletop Appreciation Week. We are a tabletop gaming channel. So yeah, Call to Adventure or Cold for Adventure. David, you say that as a jokingly, and I'm like, am I going to be able to get through all 7 chapters, right? Because I'm not going to be able to play this again to get through all 7 chapters. I could put this up for Calling for Charity. I could also do it as part of the Big Bundle giveaway, which David is always great at reminding me to say things to you. So we are doing a Big Bundle giveaway. That giveaway involves going to the link down below, choosing one of the incentives to get entries into the big giveaway, and then waiting for your name to hopefully be called. It will involve about 5 games right now. Every $50 we make during this week, we'll add a game to that set. So, of course, the more people that enter during this week, the more games that everybody can get. However, the giveaway does go until the end of the month, to the end of the month of April, right? So that being said, yeah, we'll go ahead and get into this. It has been a while since I've played this game. We're a little bit delayed because, again, I'm still reading the rules to try to refresh my brain on how all this works because my brain is mush, especially after playing Elder Scrolls for, well, what was that? 12 hours, maybe? Almost 12 hours? Nah, it wasn't 12 hours. Because a couple of the streams died on me, so we started over and started again. It was a good at least 9, maybe. So let's go ahead and flip over. For those of you that didn't watch our chapter 1 or has not seen our chapter 1 playthrough, it is on the channel. It is a co-op playthrough. So the first way you play this game is they basically want you to play it as a co-op scenario based. You go through 7 different chapters of the story to build out different lineages of people. That's kind of, I think, part of the difference of Origins versus the regular Call to Adventure. Now, the 2 games can be combined. You can mix all the stuff together and battle however you want. I think one of the new things was I don't know if the Elemental was the new thing. Something in here was new and different. I'm guessing the Elemental, which is your class. So what we're going to be doing is trying to complete these challenges, add these traits. 8 hours, about David says earlier, so 8 hours already streaming today. And we are going to want to add these to get a particular thing added to our story, right? So this is our Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. In this particular case, this is a challenge. We need to pick a lock. We can do the easy challenge by spending the runes with that symbol. I currently have none. Or we can try to do the hard challenge, which requires us to, I'm guessing, spend one of these cards plus use those abilities, which we do have one of those, right? There are ones that will be traits. So for example, here, intimidating is just a trait. That one we can just take. Nothing about it. We just take it, we put it in, and we get this ability when we attach it. So when you gain this, you also gain a gem, not from the boss. If you have at least 1 sword, we do have 1 sword, so hey, that might be a perfect first card for us to get. We will tuck that under there, get us some gems, and call it what it is. Now, you might be asking yourself, Will, yes, Will, how do you do a challenge? Well, we have these wonderful runes. So, on your turn, you can be able to roll all of the basic runes, which are right here. They can either be blank, blank, or this one here will have you draw a card. You can also roll the runes based on the stats that you have. So for example, right now I would be able to roll a yellow because I have a yellow in my adept. I would also be able to roll the regular green, not the fancy smancy green, but I'd be able to roll both of these, right? Roll seems like a weird word, but that's what they say. We are rolling the runes. Once I have 3 Act 1 cards, because this is solo, normally I would get 3 Act 1 cards, or maybe Audrey would. Then we'll flip over the Act 2. I can start getting Act 2 cards if I was the one that was into Act 2. Audrey can do either one, but again, in solo, it's just me. Once we complete Act 2, we will need to go up against our adversary. So we will need to defeat our adversary. He has a challenge as well, a challenge of 6 to overcome. I will need the swords, so definitely want to look for cards that have swords on them. And I'll need the, whatever this little thing is, dexterity. I'll need some dexterity. So what we need to do is, anytime we go on a journey, we do get to remove these tokens. When we attack him and tossing the runes is more accurate. You're right, David. Whenever we attempt this challenge, every 1 over 6 will remove one of these tokens, right? It's 5 times the number of players. Gain +2 to attempt if your story includes at least 4 challenges. So as long as I have completed 4 challenges in these 2 acts, then I will be able to do that. So I kind of want to get probably 2 on each +1 trait. So it's going to encourage me to do challenges, because that'll give me a +2, which means I don't need to worry about 2 of those. If I do a journey once or twice, right, then all I got to do is succeed by 1 extra, right? The reason is once we flip this over, I'll need to complete my Act 3 and then go up against him again, and of course beat him by removing whatever tokens are left. That's kind of his hit points. However, he will get hit points if we ever use a dark rune. So there are these fancy smancy dark runes, which are nice because, hey, we get some extra successes or even some double successes. Unfortunately, this does make us go down on our track over here. When you go down, you may not be able to play the hero cards anymore, right? So you have hero cards you can play at these times, and then of course the adversary cards or anti-hero cards you can play down here. Now, that may not seem like a huge deal. However, you do lose points if you're playing in the more co-op, semi-co-op mode. We didn't add up points the first time. I'm not adding up points this time. I don't care. I'm just going to be playing cards. I'm going to be trying to have fun. This is all for charity. So there. These are the cards I was talking about. So you do have your hero and your anti-hero cards. I think that's pretty much it. Our quest is Reign of the Adversary. So we only have 1 quest, and then there is an advanced adversary quest. We ain't playing advanced. Will does not play epic or advanced mode on anything. So basically the adversary starts with 5. On advance, still starts with 5. When you flip to final form, he gets another 3. So it makes it harder. When you fail a challenge, it adds 1 to him. So kind of don't want to fail any challenges. I want to make sure I can go after ones I want. Same thing here. Play a card. That's the same. When you face adversary for each point... You face adversary for each point of success above the adversary, then he loses 1 of those. So again, that's what I mentioned a few minutes ago. I think that's it. I guess we can read the flavor text. He does have this deck of cards. I can't remember when he pulls that deck of cards. I forget when he pulls the deck of cards. Oh, how many chapters? There are 7 chapters in the game. 7 chapters. But then after you play the chapters, you can play as straight competitive, just for points, not worry about the adversaries. Or you can just randomly choose an adversary and go up against it. As you're going, you're going to unlock more cards, more classes. Whoops, sorry about that. For example, I cheated. I did use the 2 that was in Chapter 2. So Chapter 2 gives you the Adept and the Legendary Slayer. I cheated. I'm going to show the characters. I did the same thing in the first chapter. Like, I've got to show you guys who comes in them, so I'm going to do that. But yeah, so 3 is a little bit thicker, 4 is thicker, 5 is really thick, 6 is a little thick one, and then the final one is really thick. So each one of those has stuff. All right, so we need to figure out when do I draw those stupid cards? Because it never, like I just read through all that. Feat cards. No. Story cards. Okay. Adversary feat deck must be constructed each game. Blah, blah, blah. As noted in the... Oh, okay, I got the adversary feat. Playing a feat, drawing a feat, draft a trait, attempt to challenge, ability runes, basic and challenge, crazy cards, Ending your turn, ending an act. Adversary. Facing an adversary. Final adversary. Oh, here we go. Oh, here it is. It's right here. It's on the card. We just read it. Have you played other Call to Adventure games? No, I have not. So there is a expansion for that one author that's to be added to the regular Call to Adventure or this one. But people say, like, if you're going to do it, you want to know about that world, then you kind of have to take a lot out of this to make it kind of thematic. But then they did do a Stormlight version, which I imagine that expansion works better with, because I think it's in the same world. So, and then there's the regular Call to Adventure, like I said, which I think the only difference is it doesn't have this elemental. I believe you can do a 5e translation with either version now. But yeah, that's when we play the adversary card. So anytime we roll this, we have to do an adversary card. Yeah, I guess that's it. All right, where is my player aid? It's on the back of the book. Of course it's on the back of the book. All right, so the problem is this isn't even a player aid. This isn't even a real player aid. It's telling you how to set up the game, ending the act, ending the game, and then it's like, okay, here's your turn. Journey. All right, so I need to journey a lot to get rid of those. Journey is basically I can discard a card in the row and replace it. So that's what journey does. All right. I'm going to run out of Propel before the end of this stream, especially after reading all this flavor text. All right. Chapter 2, Beast of Legend. Sages and storytellers in every culture call it by a different name. The World Shaker, the End of All, the Great Tarrasque. But for 1,000 years has not been seen. Something changed in the battle against the Dark Lord. An explosion of magical power resounded across the world, unleashing primal energies. The beast is stirred, and soon it will walk the earth, leaving chaos and destruction in its wake. In a remote monastery, an order of adepts, hey, that's me, has prepared for the beast's return. Now they seek to share their knowledge, but where will they find a bold hero, a hero bold enough to take a monster of the size of a mountain? So in case you want to know what he looks like, that's what he looks like. He's a big lizard mountain dude. All right, so defeat the legendary beast, set up, begin a game of a new generation of heroes. So again, you have to create new heroes. Shuffle the adept in and shuffle the legend slayer in, which again, I just put out here. We're dealing cards. Replace the Dark Lord's Call with the Hunted by the Beast, which we've already done. Outcome, if you failed the legendary beast, do it again. We don't do that. We fail forward because reasons. And then the next chapter, Crisis of Faith, is our next chapter. There we go. Depending how long this takes me, and again, I've rambled for 20 minutes now. Depending how long this takes me, I could get through all 7 by throwing this in as a lunchtime stream if it takes less than an hour. The box says 30 to 60 minutes, so I see that as probably very possible in a solo game. We do have one card. We have a magic wand. Play this as any hero attempts a wand test or a scroll path. Oh, down here on the bottom, scroll path. Add +2 to that attempt. Okay, so this gives us +2 actually on that card. That's like a perfect card because it's got this. I don't have this, so I don't get a bonus there, but this is going to give me a +2. So, I do like this, though. I said I like that from the beginning, so I think I am going to do that as my first attempt. Yeah. So, draft a trait. You may gain a trait or attempt a challenge. It says 1, draft a trait, 2, attempt a challenge. So it's or. So I'm going to draft this trait. It's a solo game, so it really doesn't matter. I just keep going. And when I gain this trait, if I already had a sword, which I did, I get that. And this tucks underneath of there. So now we have the purple, the orange, and the green. Purple is charisma. Wisdom is green. And Orange is strength. Now, here's the thing. Like I said, I need at least two challenges. This is a lot of magic wands out there now. So all three of these are magic wands. None of them are giving me swords. I need swords for him. I also need the greater than signs. Again, that's not, but this is a greater than sign. So I think I like this one. Right here. So, this gives me, well, actually with my cleric, I can put tokens on him. And that gives me +1 to the attempts. Now, I don't remember if that, I don't think it's additive. I don't think if I put 8 on here, then I'm going to get anything else. So how do I add to this? Do I just choose to put them on there? I can't remember. Can't remember how I add to them. For me, Journey helps me don't stop believing. Don't stop believing. But not all hope is lost. Jir has 2 banked onto her fighter, but how did she bank them onto her fighter? That's the question. Cast runes, resolve attempt. I spend runes. How do I bank the runes? Only for enough tokens that have been banked onto it. You place any number of tokens on a class card at any point in your turn. If doing so during a challenge, okay, so I can place. Okay, yeah, I can place. All right, so we're not going after a green path. That only gives us 1 success on a green, so it doesn't really help if I add it there yet. I do think I want to go after this one. This one here. I don't know what that means when it's got the card down there. What does it mean when it's got a card down there? So B. Bottom, become mercenary. The bottom path has a +1 icon. Well, yeah, I get that. Giving it a +1 difficulty of 4. Jira prepares her runes. Three core runes. It doesn't, see, same thing here. It doesn't mention that what that one does. I'm guessing it gives you that ability. Oh no, she gains a tragedy point. Okay. So that's a reward. But what does steal the spell book do? See, the same thing here. You have like this justice thing. Oh dear. The wonderful, like, not having all of your icons and everything sometimes. Here we go. Glossary, rune abilities, act, anti-hero, attempt, challenge, character cards, class, corruption, difficulty, feat, path. Every challenge has 2 paths, one at the top, one at the bottom. When attempting challenge, must declare the path. Special rune story, story icons. Sets of story icons are worth destiny points. Okay, so they're worth destiny points at the end of the game. Yeah. Okay, so I don't even care about that. All right. So Yeah, so those icons mean absolutely nothing to me. This is a bonus, so I would gain that card when I do that. These are for points at the end of the game, so doesn't matter to me. All right. So if I want to try to do this, I would honestly not be able to do it unless I get. I mean, if I get, it'd be 4, so 3, 4. The card's going to give me +2. So I would need all 3 basic runes to succeed. So it'd be better if I could get one of these first, and a lot of these have that on them. This one, I would need green, which I have one green, but that's the more difficult path. So I think I want to bank 2 on the cleric because that'll give me a plus there. I'm going to spend 1 to journey. I'm going to get rid of this one with the V because I do have the purple. So we'll get rid of that. Bring that back. When I journeyed, remove 1 from him. All right. Did that help me? No, it's magic again. But it does have this. I don't have... The problem with that is I don't have 4 on this yet. So I don't get the bonus. And this... This would only give me a bonus for attempting the top path. So that would be a 3, but again, I'd rather use that on this one. Do I journey again? Do I journey again? I hate that all these top paths are something I don't have. I think I'm going to journey again. I'd rather keep that because I need that here. So I'm going to get rid of... Well, actually, I can only get 2 of these in the end. I can only get 2 of these in the end because that would be my 3 cards. You only get 3 cards per act. Yeah, cast runes is the phrase. Okay, so you're casting the runes, not rolling the runes. Yeah, that's kind of... Yeah. That's what I said. I think it says... no, it says casting the runes here. I could have sworn it says roll at some point, but either way. Yeah, we're going to use this one, which removes 1 from here. We're going to get rid of this one. So here's a problem. I could do stealthy, but that means this I would have to do all 3 would have to be challenges. That would give me this, which would help me here. I think I'm going to do it, and I'm just, it's basically challenges from this point out. So we're going to go ahead and gain this trait. Gain this if I have at least 1 of those, which I do. I gain another experience. Yeah. All right. Refill that. Yeah, this one's just going to give you points at the end of the game. Meh. All right. So I guess we are going to try that. We're going to attempt that. We get the 3 basics. And then I do have this one. So we get that. We need to do a 4. We have +2. This would count as 2. This is 1. Problem is these can be blanks. So say we get 1. So we get the 2, 3, 4, 5. That's enough. We get 1, 2, 3. We'd have to get 2, 3, 4. That'd be enough. We only need 4. I think my odds are good. I don't want to spend 1 to get a dark rune because then that adds 1 back to this guy. We're gonna go for it. Through the runes, we have 2, 3, and then use our card 4, 5. So that is a success. Because of that, we do get to draw one or the other. We will draw one of these. That also means that we are. He's gonna go play a card from the Adversary deck. Wandering Monster. Reveal this as a hero attempts a challenge. It has +1 difficulty. Alright, so basically my next challenge is going to get +1. Let's put that on there so I remember. Alright, we did succeed. So we do get this. And we succeeded at the difficulty one too. So that is our 3. Because we completed our 3, now these don't matter anymore. So we'll just flip these over. Actually, we'll just clear them. Can't do anything with them. All right, we'll flip these over. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so. So this one, the new card I got was choose a hero who faces a challenge this turn. They gain the sun or 1 XP. So we have to do all challenges, right? Because I want 4 challenges. So I need to do 3 challenges on this guy. So we need swords. None of these are giving us swords. Or we need those greater than symbols. None of these are giving us greater than symbols. Ah. Now, I don't know what the other side is. See, that's the other thing. I don't know if the other side's the same thing. Swords and the greater than symbols. Could be. Might not be. I'm gonna have to journey. I can't use this one anyways, right? Because I need to do challenges. So we'll spend my 1 XP. It's the only one I got. To get rid of this. That does, of course, move 1 from there as well. Oh, never mind. I shouldn't have been removing any from him. That's just telling you how much I need to spend. Dang it. He stays at 5. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5. He stays at 5. That's not him. That's me. These are my costs to do those things. Yeah. That wonder monster. Geez, still nothing. I don't know. I don't know. Because none of these have the symbols I want. So if I do any of these, it would be just to get it out of there and get the reward if I did the Tame a Beast. Which would, right now, I've only got 1 of those runes. I have no more, because I banked these 2. Oh no, I get +1 here. So I do get +1 on this one. And that would gain me a card. Yeah, I guess we're going to do this one, although now it's +2 more difficult. All right. So, we get the 3 basic. And then we get 1 green. And we don't have that one. So this is all we're rolling. is all we're casting. We get +1 because our cleric has +1. Now, my ability on my elemental does let me flip one. You need to grind level 1 more. You can't. You can't do it. It's like, it's a very quick game. Like, I feel like it is a very quick game, because all I'm doing is challenge this, challenge that, go to the next thing, right, on the next one. Sure those are all visible to you guys. So. All right, so we have 2 successes. What do we need? We need 4, 5, 6 successes. So even if I were to use this to flip this one over, that's only going to be 3. So we have failed. We have failed. All right. So when we fail, we gain 1 experience for trying. Failing actually, I guess, isn't bad. I mean, you fail, you get experience for trying. When you fail, you discard. I think we get to discard that though, because we failed. Challenges. Basic and challenge. Oh, that's the example. Accept. Number exceeds. Take the card. If you failed, discard it and gain that. If your result included any that. Whenever you gain a card from table, replace it. Yeah. So we don't get that card, which I really didn't care for that card anyways, to be honest. Right? So that's fine with me. So really, you just keep attempting and failing. Here we go. That's the card we needed. All right. So we're going to attempt that challenge. So we get how many swords? We get 1. You get 1 sword. We get 3 basic. Right. And then we get our green, or our greater thans. We get 2 greater thans. So I'm thinking I'm going to do the more difficult one, because that'll give me 3 greater thans, and then I'll get to be able to use the special rune. Seems kind of lucky if cards can show up without symbols you need. Yeah, I think that's going to be the thing with like solo though, right, David? I think that's the thing with solo. With multiplayer, right, after my turn, somebody else would go, and they would eliminate a card and a new card would come out. Or maybe they do a journey and get a card they don't need, and it's a card I could use, right? I think that's the case. So we're going to go after steal a relic. So we need 5 successes. Do I have anything else I can use? Oh, here. I should have used my card to gain. I should have another XP. I'm going to actually bank both of those right now. So that's going to give me +1 to my sword attempts. Look at that. That's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I blew that one out of the water. So 9 on that attempt. That goes right here. All right. Ooh, that one doesn't look pretty. Whenever I attempt one of those paths, I gain a gain 1 too. So I just gained that. All right. I don't have any cards though now, so. All right. So. Oh, sorry. Earlier on the previous round, I had that symbol, didn't I? On that previous round, I got the up and down arrow, right? Right. Anybody remember? Or do I need to rewind? Ugh. I think I did. Which means I needed to draw one of those cards. I hate trying to search on my phone. I need to go back. I'm not going back far enough. There we go. Yeah, I did get one of those, so. So play a card from the Adversary deck. So this would have came out on that previous turn. Feel this turn attempts to challenge. Ignore that hero's class power until the end of the turn. So my class power is, what's my class? Is it this one? Which one's my class? Which one is my class? Class grants ongoing effects. Oh, so cleric is my class. So I wouldn't have gotten that +1, but I still had completely beaten it. So that didn't matter. I also should have been able to draw a card for that. Play this as any hero is attempting a challenge. Give them +1 to a diamond attempt or +2 to face the adversary. Ooh, we're keeping that. +2 for the adversary. All right. So we need another. We need another challenge. I'll plug my phone back in so it doesn't die. So we need another challenge. Which challenge can I come close to doing? So the greens down here on the bottom, I have, basically I have 2 green because I have the cleric and I have this. The purple, I have 1 purple. It'll be there. That gives me a U. Well, that would give me another purple. Wands, I don't have any wands. I kind of don't like any of these cards, so we are going on a journey again. Come here, you. I'm gonna go on a journey. Let's not get rid of the green ones, because those are the ones I'm probably most, or the ones with the purple. So let's get rid of we're not gonna rescue a prisoner today. Not gonna happen. Recover stolen goods. There we go. There's our wonderful sign that we want. And it lets us draw a anti-hero card. Yeah. Let's go after that one. So, we get to have 2, 3. No, we're at 3. I forgot we got that third one. So we are at our 3. So we get 3 of those. 3 basics. We don't get anything for that. And the challenge is a 5, and we get +1 here. No, we don't get a +1. So it's a 5, but we have the bonus die. Yeah. 2, 4, 5, 6. More than enough to complete that one. So, got another challenge out of the way. As a reward, we get a anti-hero card. That's upside down? I wonder if they're all upside down. That's weird. Yeah, I guess they're all upside down. I guess that's to show they're anti-heroes. Maybe the deck's supposed to be upside down to show they're anti-heroes. I don't know. Critical hit. Play this before a hero attempts a challenge. For each experience they spend, add +1. Ooh. Ooh. So I can just save up a bunch of XP and then spend it. Like that. I like that. Alright, so this is that was earlier with that one. Alright. So one that came out I did not like. I did not do an attempt that would have given me this. So when it says when you play on another hero's turn in solo, that's yourself. You count as another hero. I don't think any of these, unfortunately, I have no XP. I'd get XP if I fail. So I could intentionally fail just to get XP and to get one of these cards cleared out. I really don't want any of these. I definitely don't want this. But I can't get rid of that without XP. So if I were to attempt this, I'm guaranteed to fail. Because I don't have a wand at all. So I would basically have to get a 5 on 3 runes, on the 3 general runes, and that's not happening. So we're going to do that. We're going to attempt that. Just because I know I'm going to fail it. Got 3, which actually is, I guess, better than the alternative. So we failed that. That goes away. We get 1. Refresh. There we go. That's what we want. Defeat the chieftain. So we get our 3 basic. We get 1 sword. We get 1 green. We don't get any other swords or greens, but we have +1 sword and +1 green here. And I could play this card if I have to get another +1, because this is a victory point path. Yeah, we're gonna do this because I need the sword, because I need swords for him. So yeah. So this is 2, 3, 4. We need 5, 6. So we have 6. We needed 6. We got that. We do have to. We get to draw a card. Or flip over rune. We're gonna draw a card. Teamwork. Choose a hero attempting a sword, wand, or what's the green one? Wisdom. If it is your turn, gain +1 on your attempt. If it is another hero's turn, guess +2. That's kind of off topic. Do you play Unmatched? No, we never got into Unmatched. I would have. That was a rabbit hole. I guess I'm glad I didn't. Also, because we don't play that much PvP anymore. So like, I think that's some of the other games I'll slowly start to add to the culling list, are the PvP games, because of that reason. All right, draw an adversary card. Reveal this as a hero attempts a challenge. They may gain a dark moon to draw a card. It's going to go down here. So these are all going to go away, because that is my 3rd card. Okay. My reward. Oh, that wasn't it. That was the wrong card. No, that's the right card. I do get a anti-hero card. Eldritch Blast. Choose a hero attempting a challenge for each of the purple ones. Charisma. In their story, they get +1 to their attempt. Ooh, so it doesn't even have to be that attempt that you're doing for the challenge. Okay. All right. So, done those first 2. Now we have to go up against the adversary. Although we attempted a sword, so we did get 1 of those. So we have 2. And I needed. All right, so we need successes over 6. Now I think we just keep attacking him. Let's see here. Oh no, that does add and remove to the. So this plus and minus I was doing actually does plus and minus from the beast. I was like, what is the downfall of failing? Yeah, there are 2 unmatches that are now co-op. There's the TMNT one, and then there's the first one. To do that though, I would have needed to get the Marvel characters, and you can't get some of the Marvel characters really easily. And then the cost. I mean, the cost is just a little bit more than I really feel comfortable with. And again, in that co-op vein, I've got Dice Throne. So for me, that kind of was the same. I don't want to say the same game, but it was like I was looking at both those at the same time, and of course I went Dice Throne. So I don't want to say I wouldn't ever do Unmatched. I mean, shoot, if Restoration Games sent me an Unmatched, I'd play it, right? If they sent me an Unmatched Adventures. So now I don't know how many journeys I did. I guess I do know how many journeys I did. Because there were 3 of these left, so I did 2 journeys. And then here, there were 3 left, so I did 2 journeys and 2 failures. So these 2 knock each other out. So don't have to worry about those. But here I did 2 journeys, right? Yeah. So I did 2 journeys here, so that would make 2 of these gone. I never did anything with the Dark Rune. I was like, there's got to be another penalty for failing the challenge. Yeah. So that means I need to get a +3. I need to get 9, I think. I think I only get to challenge him once. Each player must face the adversary side on their turn. They add the 3rd card to Act 2. The adversary challenge is attempted same way as a challenge. But if a player overcomes a challenge, they do not add it to the story. Instead, they gain a feat card, as noted in the upper right-hand corner. Okay, so we get a feat card. Each success they achieve above the adversary difficulty removes 1 of the tokens from the adversary. If they fail this challenge, there's no effect other than failing to gain these rewards. Once all players in the game have faced the adversary, flip the card over to reveal the final adversary. The card abilities in the final adversary of the card is now in effect for the rest of the game. The end of the game begins when one player acquires 3 cards under their Act 3. The player will face the final adversary on their next turn. Now other players will face the final adversary on their last turn. The adversary is faced just like the other adversary. Each success removing the difficulty. If the adversary has any remaining after all players have faced them, you lose. The party loses. All right. So I have to face it and then it flips. That's basically what's going to happen. So what do we get to add to this guy? What do we get to cast? I guess I can put this up here now since we don't have any cards up there anymore. So he is the greater than symbol, so we get to do all 3 of those. Swords, we have 1, 2 swords. We didn't get our 3rd sword. Swords. So this is paths. This is paths. I don't think that's considered a path. Right? The spawn of the beast, is that still considered a path? Let's see here. Determining a winner. No, I don't want to determine a winner. I'm trying to read the thing. Oh, I get the +2 because I have 4 challenges. So I get that +2. 2 runes. Gathers the runes and core runes, casts them getting 5 successes. It doesn't show a picture of what they rolled. So it's not saying whether or not the card down here is actually giving them a bonus, a plus. Always a question. Let's see. They said they got 5 successes. What would they have rolled? They would have rolled 1, 2, 3 runes plus the 3 basic, which would have been 6 runes for 5 successes. So here they actually show the roll for the final adversary. They're showing D. Okay. In his story, he has 6 on his fighter card, but that won't work unless he rolls that. In playing Moonfall game, he has 3. Where's B? Yeah, 3 and 2. So he rolls that, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nine runes, 3 cores. So confused. It doesn't say if it's considered a path. I'm guessing it's not. I'm going to guess that going up against the adversary isn't a path. A path is your story, it's your journey, right? So my bonus isn't going to come into play. That's the way we'll play it. We'll play that the bonus doesn't come into play. So I guess that's all I get. Get those three, and the 3 basics. So we need to do 6, 7, 8, 9. I get +2. I do have the Eldridge, which will give me +1. I do have the Teamwork, which will give me +1. Well, this says Path again. Is a false a path? Because otherwise you can't use any of those cards. Oh, here you go. Where's the insight? Hero attempting a challenge. For each in their story, they get +1 to their attempts. And she plays Finest Hour. Play this card as attempting a challenge. Give them +1 to attempt a path or +2 to face the adversary, which we have Finest Hour. I'm trying to see if anything that they're using here to figure out this math involves his path. Unfortunately, his path is sword. It's the same one I have. So for the fighter. So it's like it doesn't even affect this particular outcome. Let's see if in this back section, when it talks about a path. What counts as an... Okay, here we go. What counts as an ability path, e.g. the icon and path? A path that grants a icon as one of its rewards is a path. Most class powers and feats... Okay, so that is not a path because that has a card as the reward. Barbarian's first cloud against 1/2 path. When facing monsters' caves, that power would give a bonus, but not defend your party. Similarly, Dark Lord is a path. Okay, so no, it says the adversary is the path. Okay, where's that Dark Lord card? Because it says the Dark Lord is a path, but the consort is not. Let's go back and look at the... So the Dark Lord consort, okay, so she is not a path. So she's the same as this. It's just a reward. But then when he evolves, it turns into a path because it has that icon. So basically a path is when it has that icon in the corner, same as all the quests I've been doing. That makes sense. It doesn't, but it does. So any card that says path, I won't be able to use. So I can't use teamwork. Before a hero attempts a challenge, for each they spin, they get +1 to the attempt. The question is, am I going to overkill it? I think I'm going to leave critical hit for the final, right? That just makes sense. And this is while I'm attempting, so I can play this if I fail. And then this one here, same thing, attempting, I can play that if I fail. Okay. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. So, the draw an anti-hero card is the bonus there. Stolen treasure. Take one from an adversary. You gain that one. Ooh, we're going to immediately play that. Thank you. Yoink! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we had 8. We actually only need 8 now because he went down because I yoinked one from him. So that technically took 2 off of him. And then we flip him over. There we go. Final adversary, the legendary beast. So now this is a path because it has that icon. Good. Same things that we've already been building up. When the hero spins to add a dark rune, then we're going to add one to him, which I'm not doing. You must spend a rune oh, okay. So now when I get this, I have to actually spend one or I get -1 on my attempt. Whereas before it drew this card. And then -1 when the hero journeys, which is the same. So I don't have to worry about that really because he has none on him. Now, if we were playing in the advanced mode, then he would have gotten 3 added back to him. So we'd have to overcome 3. Win level 3. We are going to level 3 now. We are going to level 3. After I put all my runes back. Runes go back. All right. I guess I didn't need to because those are going to be the runes I'm pretty much running. All right. So now we get to reveal level 3. All right. To reveal this as a hero attempts a challenge, they gain a moon to draw. Or they may gain. So the cursed treasure, I really don't care about. I don't care about gaining a card, so it doesn't matter what challenge I do. All right. Now it doesn't really matter. I mean, I need 8. I think I almost have 8 just by what I have here. So I'm going to have the 3 of those. I can't have 4, even though there's a 4th. I've got 2 swords. I mean, I guess let's get our 3rd sword. So we'll do this to get our 3rd sword, right? So that is sword and green. So we get 2 swords, our 3. We have 1 green, right? We need a 6 to pass. We get +2 because of our cleric. Yeah, so this should be good. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. No negatives. We are good to go. So we're going to add that here. Normally this would be face down. I forgot to mention that. This would normally be face down. Because it's a hidden in-game objective, basically. So stage 1 of the boss at the end of level 2. Yeah, so after we finished act, they call them acts because it's supposed to be our story, right? So after act 2, We went up against the boss, and then now at the end of Act 3. I don't care about gaining a card, so I'm just going to discard that. All right. So, we do have the option here. That's an 8 again. Defeat the tyrant. Let's go for it. I don't need to because I've already got my 3. So I'm already going to get the maximum number of swords I can get. I really am. I'm at the maximum number of swords I can get. I attempted that, so I do gain one of these. I really don't want to attempt it. I want to just go after the boss. I don't want to get the other cards. There's no point. Because I'm maxed out on what I can use against him. I mean, I could do another purple. That'd be hard though, because I don't have a lot of purple, and that's a 7. I don't have any wands either. So, if we were adding up points, this is where the points would come in, and it would matter. But I'm not doing points. I'm doing solo. I guess if you're one of those people that when you play solo, you want to beat your prior score. What's the easiest thing for me to beat? This one, and I get an adversary? Sure. We'll do that one. So that is purple. So I get 1 purple. Get in there, purple. Basic, basic, basic. And then I get my 3... what are those? 3 dexterities? Yeah. We need to get a 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one here, I get to draw an anti-hero card. I succeeded at this, so I draw an anti-hero card. This goes on the top. Right there. And we get a new one coming out. Phew. When you gain this, if you played at least 2 anti-hero cards this game, you gain 2. Have I played 2 anti-hero cards yet? No, I've only played 1. What was this new one I got? Play this as a hero attempts a challenge. After the runes have been cast, choose one of those symbols and flip it over. What was the other one? Rage. Choose the heroes attempting a challenge. For each of those, I get +1 on their attempt. In my story. I have none of my story. So I guess I could get that Dragon Disciple, because then that goes with that card. We're gonna like blast the demon out of the water, because this feels like it was a little bit too easy for what I was doing. Where am I? I'm putting things in the wrong spot. Where'd these go? That goes there. That goes there. Where's purple? Purple's right there. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and do this. I don't get the bonus, which is fine. That's there. So, get rid of you. You come down here. Whoop. All right, so we need an 8. That's all we need. So, we get 3 of those, 3 of those, 3 of those. We get +1 here. We get +1 here. We can flip over things. We get +1. We get +2. So I have 1, 2, I have 4 just in my cards. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm at 9 before I even 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I get an experience 20 experience token. This I need to spend 1. I don't think there was a limit to these number of these cards I could have. Like, I mean, even this, actually, I could play this, right? And I could choose one of these and flip it over. Like, that's crazy. I don't know if the other ones get harder or not. I don't know if there's a limit to the number of of those cards I can have or not. I don't remember reading that there was something that said I could have only so many of those cards. What are those cards called again? Your hero card, hero and anti-hero cards. Feat cards. Feat are single-use powers played from your hand. Feats may be played at any time. Every hero card gives you points at the end of the game. Every hero gives you the black points at the end of the game. See feats on page 7. Play a feat card. Whenever you result of blah or acquire a path with blah, immediately draw a card. Whenever your result includes blah or blah, then immediately get an anti-hero card. If your result includes the up and down, activate your heritage, which allows you to draw a card, and then activate his ability. Position of the corruption track says when you can play it. Most of these cards specify they can be played, otherwise they be played at any time. After that has been, place it face down beside your story because you'll need it for in-game scoring. Yeah, there's no limit on that. Even if I couldn't, even say I couldn't play all those, and we flip this back over, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I get an experience which canceled that out. So I hit 9 with my roll. So that is that. That is that, guys. All right, guys, that is Call to Adventure Epic Origins. It does play in less than an hour. So if you would like to see me play this on some of my lunchtimes, I might play this on my lunchtime streams because next week I have no lunchtime streams planned. So this might be, I just knocked this out a couple times. Maybe throw it up for Culling for Charity. Culling for Charity is something we're doing for Extra Life, where you can get the games that we're culling out of our collection. Not necessarily because they're bad games, but just there's too many games in my collection and I can't play them all because YouTube doesn't like me to play all my games. Or I should say it doesn't like me to play my games more than once, right? Because people don't like to watch a playthrough more than once. Unless you're David. David likes watching my playthroughs. Not your favorite game? I don't know. I think maybe a solo, David. It's maybe just kind of weird because I can't play these cards on anybody but myself. So it does seem OP, like you said. If I was helping somebody else, I'd be playing these cards on them to get them the abilities, right? And then same thing, everybody would have to defeat the basic adversary before it even flips over, right? It does play a little bit different. I mean, we have our 2-player playthrough up on the channel. I don't remember if we won. I can't remember. I don't think we did. Maybe we didn't. I don't remember. But yeah, if you would like to support the children at Children's Miracle Network, which is the whole reason why I'm streaming all week long for many, 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 many hours, make sure that you click that link down below, go out to Extra Life, donate even $1. Big shout out to Shadow Edge. He donated $1. $1 helps just as much as $5 and just as much as $100. If you would like to win games in my collection, we are doing a big donation bundle giveaway, which will allow you to make a donation, get some entries, and hopefully win some games of your choice. As of right now, it'll be 5 games. One of them is Frozen Frontier. The other one, I thought of it earlier. I was like, what's the other game? I was thinking throwing in Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition with all the expansions. That's a lot of people like that game, so I figured that's one that I can throw in. But yeah, it will be up to the winner to choose what games they want from our collection. Either way, that is that. Tomorrow we have a bunch of Wicked Wednesday games, as I was calling it. So we're playing Arkham, all 3 from Chapter 2. So we're going to play the core set of Chapter 2, and then we're going to play some Final Girl. So I'm going to start my Final Girl campaign. So in Final Girl, for those that don't know, there is a book of lore and scenarios, and you basically play them in order to kind of play out a story. So I figured I'd give that a shot. Start with Hans the Butcher. I am breaking my rule. I am still not playing with painted Final Girl minis. And now I'm debating if I even want the minis. But I don't know what to do with them. I don't know what to do with the Final Girl minis. Somebody would have to let me know what you can do with Final Girl minis if you're not going to use them in Final Girl. The problem is there are a couple of the baddies that require the minis to function properly. Now, I say they require the minis, but I guess you could technically swap out. I know that there's the sticker meeple people. I don't know what their name is, but they make stickers for the villains, some of the baddies, but I don't think they make for all of them in that Gen Con or Comic Con, Game Con set. I'm painted minis for Final Girl, but Marvel United looks on longingly. Yeah. Well, for Final Girl 2, David, I was actually just trying to think of like a unique scheme. That way I didn't have to fully paint them. Kind of like I washed the Labyrinth minis, but maybe more like what I did with my Scarface 1920. Just do like a black and white, do some blood, right? Or some pink or some purple, depending if it's a season 1, season 2, or season 3 girl. Just to give it a little bit of something, rather than doing a full paint. They are little minis. I think they're about the same size as the Destiny minis. And I was able to knock those Destiny minis out pretty quickly doing some speed paint because there's not much to them, right? And same thing, if I were just paint the one that I need to use for the scenario, that's 2 minis. Now, if I want to use the Final Girls as my victims, that's more than 2 minis. But now playing it, I realize that board is very small and the minis are kind of big. I don't know. I'll figure it out. What's Thursday? Thursday is 20 Strong. So if you are interested in 20 Strong, I will be playing Too Many Bones, 20 Strong, first thing in the morning to kind of get the cobwebs out. But then we are going to be playing Nemesis, Etherfields, and Tainted Grail, 20 Strong. So those are the 3 that are going to be in the new crowdfunding. Friday is Family Friday. So I'm going to be playing the Unmatched kids versions just to kind of show people how those work. I may go through one whole box. I think those are going to be very quick to knock out. I didn't know if my sister was going to be here, so I was kind of trying to set up a day where they'd be lighter games. I'm playing 2 Disney games, one by Eric Lang, which I've heard is broken. So I'm going to see if I can find some house rules for it. And then in the evening will be Cozy Stickerville. So we'll play that. Me and Audrey will be here at 10 instead of normal 9. Saturday is all of my campaign-y type games. So we're going to be playing Stone Saga. We're going to redo that one. We already played it once, but I'm not going to try to figure out what we had. So I'm just going to start over as a solo game. And then we're going to play Kinfire Chronicles Quest 16. I guess people want to see that so it doesn't ruin the main story. And then we'll play Labyrinth. We'll see how many Labyrinth games we can get knocked out to continue that story. And then more Cozy Stickerville. And then Sunday is Space. So it's going to be Frozen Frontier, Star Trek Captain's Chair, Andromeda's Edge, and some other game. I do not know. It is all in the community tab if you guys want to know. All the streams are scheduled. You can click to notify me. You'll get a notification. If you watch one stream, it'll dump you into the next stream. So you can just follow along throughout the day. Appreciate everybody coming out. Origins, there we go. Origins First Builders. Appreciate it. See, that's why David's here. David is my right-hand man. So again, appreciate everybody hanging out for me today. Appreciate everybody hanging out with the rest of the week. If you cannot donate, or even if you can donate, please share the links on social media if you can to your friends and family. I share it to my friends and family. It's nice if you do the same. Para los niños. Until next time, guys. Peace.